Welcome! Thank you for reviewing this module about incident report writing and using Maxient. There will be a brief quiz at the end to test your understanding and application of these materials. An incident report is a communication tool that can be used to document a variety of issues or concerns. Most often, they are used to document your interactions with students after you confront a policy violation, or notice damage, or respond to a crisis. They can also be used to document fire alarms, pet violations, and fire safety concerns. Overall, an incident report is an official document that may be reviewed by the students involved, administrators, SRC, Honor Council, the Sexual Misconduct Board, or even our legal counsel. Incident reports become part of a student's permanent record, so it's important that they are written in a clear and concise manner and only contain relevant information. There are several important pieces of information that you need to have in order to write a clear, concise incident report. It's important that you gather all of this information during the incident so that proper follow-up can take place. It is critical that you collect the names of everyone involved in the incident. Ask to see their road's ID, together their complete name, as well as their R number. Ask for their room location or their off-campus address. Cell phone numbers are important as well. If there are guests involved, make sure you get their complete name. You can note their host in the narrative. Was campus safety called? If so, who responded? It is important to get the officers' names. Was anyone else called? The RLC? The ADRL? Please note all staff involved in the incident. What time does the incident take place, and where? Be mindful of date and time, especially if the incident took place after midnight. If the incident or concern took place outside the residence hall, please note that as other on campus. There will be fields in the online form to enter this information. Once you have gathered all the basic information, it is time to think about and write out the narrative. The goal of the narrative is to write a clear and concise story of what happened. You need to paint a picture. Include who, where, what, and to really what happened. Incident reports are read aloud to students when they meet with a conduct officer, so it is important that the report is clear and concise and flows well. If need be, write the incident out prior to submitting it in Maxient. Well, here are a few tips. Start the report with the student's full name, and then throughout the report, use their last name. Write in the third person. Make your observations specific. State them in facts. For example, I saw 7 open containers on the table, rather than there's a lot of alcohol in the room. It is important to state facts about the behavior that you observe. For example, Smith was slurring her words, her eyes were bloodshot, and she swore several times. This is more factual and clear than saying Smith was drunk and acting crazy. Exclude any opinions, including whether you believe this is a good Samaritan or not, or what you think should happen to the students involved. You are encouraged to proofread the document to be sure you have all the necessary information and that there is a good flow to it. Once you believe you have all the necessary information, it is time to open Maxient and enter your report. To access the Maxient reporting system, you will need to access the Resident Assistant Forms page. The link can also be found in the Resident Assistant box folder or by directly entering the URL into a browser. For our example here, we'll access the form via the home page of Rose Express. Click on the large button labeled RA Login. Once there, please enter your credentials. This will grant you access to the Residence Life forms. Scroll down and you will click on the Incident Report link. This opens a new report in Maxient. From there, follow the prompts in the form, which include entering your full name, your position, and email address. At this point, you will ask to determine the nature of the report. Here is an opportunity to select what the focus of the report, be it alcohol, drugs, mental health, illness, etc. Please select the most pressing concern. If there are other concerns or policy violations, you can note this information in the narrative. For the date, please use the calendar provided, as the date needs to be submitted in a specific set format. Please note the time. Also, be mindful if the time is after midnight so that the correct calendar day is provided. The next prompt is for location of the incident. Select the building. You can enter the specific room numbers in the next field. The next section allows you to enter all of the students and the staff involved. To sum it up, an incident report is an official document that can be reviewed by the students involved, administrators, SRC, Honor Council, Sessional Misconduct Board, or even our legal counsel. It can become a part of the student's permanent record, so it needs to be clear and concise. It's important that the incident and all information submitted be confidential. Ultimately, it is no one else's business. It can be embarrassing or damaging to the student, and the report becomes part of the student's official record, which is protected by FERPA, which is the Federal Education Rights and Privacy Act. Thank you for taking the time to review this module. Please take a few minutes to read and respond to the few quiz questions to test your knowledge about Maxient and incident report writing.